Hi Aries, this is going to be a quick 15-minute love and relationship focused tarot reading now for your sign. Let's figure out what messages need to come through for you regarding love and relationships at this time, regardless of your current status. I really hope that there are some messages in here for you. Okay. I'll lay these out, Aries, and then we can go through them. A beautiful center card to center this reading is the wonderful Ace of Cups. So the possibility for connection, deepening a connection, beginning a new connection. I have Six of Swords, I have Nine of Pentacles. I've got King of Wands, I've got Five of Cups here. So, right, let's get it all out. Let's see what's going on, Aries. All right, so you are very aware of the work and effort that your relationship currently needs, or the work and effort that you would have to put in to get your relationship to where you want to go, where it wants to go, where you want it to go, or even to get something off the ground. You are aware. There's almost this feeling of like, it's hard to pick myself back up. The Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Coins in this deck. We can see the figure in this card here is like almost longing for fulfillment and the fulfillment of this beautiful harvest that's here, but it's like a longing for fulfillment. So I feel like, Aries, all around you, you're hearing things like that are making you think that you're not fully fulfilled in life because you haven't attained some sort of a status in your love relationship as of now, or you haven't like completed this situation with the person that you're interested in. Let's get right into the reading then. Okay, there was an opportunity around you currently to really strengthen your relationship, or strengthen the connections in your life right now with another person. There is possibly another fire sign that you're dealing with. King of Wands, we have some elemental fire coming through here now. Could be a Leo, Sagittarius, or another Aries, but they have been on your mind for a long time. If it isn't that you are wanting to connect with a fellow fire sign, Aries, I really do see this as a time where you've been spending a long time wanting to deepen your connection with yourself before starting out something else with another person. I believe things have been a little bit stressful, a little bit up and down, coming and going, toing and froing, back and forth in the terms of your love and relationship sector. Knight of Swords in reverse is telling me that things have been tense and things have been like fraught with this sensation of walking on eggshells because you're afraid of some sort of a blow-up argument. You're actually limiting being able to like be your fullest sort of self here because you're being perceived as selfish, Aries, for some reason, or you're being perceived as like too domineering, too headstrong, and it's kind of making you want to, like, you've gone into fight or flight mode essentially now in the relationship. Okay, so basically there has been some sort of a loss. We see here in this Five of Cups that we have five cups. Three have spilled, two are left standing, and you're almost been beckoned to go under this archway by your guides to say, and it's so to speak like, I know that was tough, Aries. I know that you're very disappointed in terms of your last interaction with this person that you're dealing with now, or in your last relationship, or with the person that you're still with. I know that that was a setback and disappointment, you may be guided to believe, but you're being asked to see what you still have. You're being asked to look at a bigger picture, and you're being asked to see what else brings joy into your life. Ultimately, I feel like the stresses that you've been under are kind of dissipating, and you're chilling out a little bit in terms of love and romance, and things aren't as tense and things aren't as triggering. But it's involving you having to take a big step back at this time, Aries. Even though you're like, oh, but there's so much opportunity for us to like create, to grow, to be together. You know that at this time the timing seems to be off, and that there's too much boiling under the surface, too much trouble potentially brewing. So even though you know that this is meant to be for you and it's right, the timing seems to be a little off. Some of you are meeting the right person right now at the wrong time because there's a lot of stress in the air around this relationship. We're going to pull more cards and we're going to go deeper. I see that you have a decision to make, and ultimately you have to decide, like, am I able to be my authentic true self in this relationship? Or am I always going to be viewed as Nine of Pentacles and King of Wands as this sort of selfish person? Like, as we can see here, we have an image of two people in this, and both of these people, as you can see, it's a solo person and then they have an animal alongside them. So it's like a little sort of cheetah cat here in the King of Wands, and we have some bird imagery here in the Nine of Pentacles. So it's like, do I have to sacrifice myself, or would I just rather stay home with my cat who won't judge me, or my pet bird who won't judge me? It's like, when I'm in this relationship with this connection, I feel like you believe, Aries, you have to sacrifice so much of yourself, and that's what your way up is. It's like, is this worth it for me to keep sacrificing? I believe the person that you're dealing with, Hermit in reverse, could be a Virgo, or else they could be, I'm thinking Gemini or Virgo, someone who's very analytical in their mind and somebody who overthinks things, and it looks like there is some overthinking going on the behalf of the person that you're dealing with at this time. It's almost like you want to say, okay, where's your answer? Enough is enough. Come back to me and tell me how you feel, because I'm sick of waiting around for you to, what are you weighing up? Like, it's me, you take me or leave me kind of a situation. You are very aware that this relationship and this beautiful connection is headed towards success, Ace of Cups, and the Chariot being our outcome so far of an uber successful, driven and motivated dynamic duo that can go the distance and can take their relationship to the next level. But there's something that's putting you off, Aries, and it seems to be the workload that would need to go into that. It would be 10 of Wands, massive obligation, massive effort. You can put in the effort, Aries, but you're aware that the current effort you're putting in isn't giving you the results that you want. Maybe that's both of you aren't putting in enough effort to get the results that you want. You're aware that it can go the distance and it can be successful, but it would need a bigger push from each of you, a much bigger push. And that's kind of like where you're thinking, you're like, oh my gosh, I've already been pushing, I've already been fighting, so I have to do even more. Yeah, it looks like it. So let's go and let's start clearing up some of these cards and let's see what is going on, okay? So the Seven of Pentacles, what is this kind of feeling that you're feeling? I feel like you just are like, this is you being like, oh, I've already done so much, I've already made such an effort and worked so hard for this. Why am I not getting where I want to go in terms of my relationship? Why is it not where I wish it was at? You've maybe been investing a lot of time in other areas of your life and expecting your relationship just to be as solid or as strong, or expecting this relationship to blossom out of thin air, basically, without you showing up and being there physically. So that's kind of frustrating for you. Let me have a look and go deeper onto this. It's like, as you look after everything else in your life, everyone else's situation in your life, you still are wondering, why is this not working for us in terms of relationship? Something is holding you back, and there's like some sort of a hesitancy now on your part. This is the Eight of Swords coming through on top of the Seven of Pentacles. So this is you kind of like, why is this not paying off? Like, why is my relationship not flourishing and blossoming the way it once was? Well, because you've been hesitating, Aries. You've been hesitating to say how you really feel. You've been trapped in this kind of Eight of Swords imagery. What are they looking like? They look pretty pensive to me. Yeah, they're looking kind of like, why, wondering, and then they're resisting to make any kind of a move, and they're resisting. Even for some of you, I have this castle household imagery in the background, and it's funny, I have the tower at the bottom of the deck. It could be the same tower in the background, and you're resisting looking at the home and living situation. You're resisting even going there, because you're like, what is going to start spiraling and unfolding once I begin to look at this, and once I begin diving in? You could be afraid of Mars, your ruling planet. Aries rules the tower. And we have your Aries symbol here. You could be afraid, Aries, of what you're going to say and how it's all going to blow up, because you think, once I open my mouth on this, or once I start saying how I really feel, or showing up as how I truly feel inside, there's going to be maybe a big argument or something like that. So there is a real sense of hesitancy in your part. It's conflicting, because you want this to flourish and you want to get the results of how you feel this should go. Like, you feel like it should be full of love and full of satisfaction and fulfillment, but there's a hesitancy for you to scratch the surface and even look into it. I feel like this blue swirling kind of beautiful coloring around here and here is similar, so I think it's a hesitancy to even dive into these watery kind of feelings. So we're kind of afraid to go into the feelings of the relationship because you are conscious that there could be some sort of a blow up. All right, I'm going to put that back in and I'm going to keep going with this reading. So tell me about this connection. Tell me about this Ace of Cups. The Knight of Coins. So it's a slow burner, and then we have you again at the bottom of the deck, the Emperor, Aries, which is the major arcana card in the tarot associated with you. So you have been directing this love connection. You have been the one kind of taking charge. You've been the one stepping up and kind of making moves. Maybe your hesitancy has now turned into, I'm still moving, I'm still working on it, I haven't checked out, but I'm just going to take things a lot more slowly now because that didn't give me the results I wanted when I guess you may have fought for what you wanted or spoken up. You said it kind of maybe scared them away, or it triggered something in the person that you were dealing with, or triggered something in yourself that you thought, this is too rushed, this is too sudden. So the Knight of Coins is a much more slow approach to this beautiful connection, but it's still you being very sure that yes, this is what I want and I am going to still fight for this relationship. So even though you know it's going to be hard work and effort, you are still willing to put the fight in there. Okay, let me leave this Knight of Coins out on top. All right, so that's fair enough. What are you most aware of right now in terms of your relationship? I have a feeling that you fear that there is like some sort of a selfishness on your part at the worst, but if not, you're like, well, I'm caring for this relationship, I'm nurturing it, I'll take my time with it. But give me another message, something clearer for the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Coins in this reading for Aries. Okay, the World card. You really see longevity with this person. You really see, it's difficult because you see longevity with this person, but at the same time you are in a standoff, no communication zone. So you're kind of making up stuff in your head at this point about how they feel. It may be causing you anxiety because you haven't had the communication flowing between you as well. So it's kind of a lot of guesswork at the moment about how your person is feeling and how you feel about them. Although I do believe deep down, Aries, you're willing to fight for this person. The World card makes me think that you want the world with this person. Maybe you want to create a home, maybe you want to have a beautiful garden, a beautiful home, you want to buy property with this person. Like you really feel like even if you're not married, you feel like there is an engagement on the way, or if you're not married to this person, you at least feel like building with this person and creating and encouraging this person to do their very best. And really you're recognizing this. I feel like you're recognizing that you have to give up a little bit of your independence if you want this to work, or at least your dominance. You have to mellow a bit and you have to compromise if you want this to work. And I think with time you are really seeing that you do want this to work. Okay, so it's difficult because I think there's some aspect of this that hasn't been communicated to the other person. So how are they supposed to know? And likewise, I feel like you're slightly in the dark about things too, Aries. But more so your person doesn't seem to know what's going on with you. Let's look at this Two of Pentacles, Two of Coins in this deck coming up now. You have to make some sort of a decision. What is that going to look like? What is this decision going to look like for Aries? And then where is your person at? They seem to be overanalyzing a lot right now, and they're thinking. Their mind is in overdrive. Could be a Virgo, or it could be just somebody who doesn't express themselves in the same way as you, Aries. Let me look at Two of Pentacles and the Hermit card in reverse. Three of Swords and the Lovers. So you have to, it looks like you're making a tough decision about how do I break some bad news to somebody? How do I even break somebody's heart? How do I expose the truth to somebody? Meanwhile, they're out over here, your person, thinking that everything is absolutely going to work itself out, that you guys are soulmates, that you belong together. You have to be honest at this time, Aries. So this result, this has to be honest truth, even if it's painful, even if it may feel like you have to unearth something. You can move forward once all the truth is out there. Thank you for watching, Aries. Take care.